o'clock on a Wednesday, and it's time for
Craig and Ryland's Magic Review Show.
I'm Craig.
I'm Ryland.
Welcome back to another review show, guys. Thank you very much for joining us right here on Magic TV, on Craig and Ryland's Review Show, the flagship show of Magic TV. We're excited, aren't we? We've got 5 tricks this week. I've got to be honest, there's a couple of stinkers. However, we have, I think it's one of the best downloads I've ever seen. I know it's very early on, it's January, but I think this is a contender for download of the year 2022. You know what I'm talking about, don't you? It's killer, it's incredible. So if you want a really good download that you can learn immediately that's killer, that's going to be on this week's show, along with a whole bunch of other stuff. So without further ado, let's start off with a trick that's not really very good at all. Okay, so first up, we have Jota back again with that swearing word card. That's a word that you know you shouldn't say. And Daddy never says that word.
You do. You say it.
I never say that word. I've never said that word in my life.
You have.
No.
I've heard you a million times say it.
Really?
Yes.
It's very bad of me. So it's called that effing card. That effing card. It's by Jota. Jota has been really good. I mean, he's brought out a whole bunch of really good tricks over the years, and then the last trick we reviewed of his we didn't really like. Do you remember? It was the one with the ring that went into the flick pad, and it was just like, yeah, we didn't like that. But he's back now with this trick, and this is a killer prediction. This is what it's advertised as. It's advertised as a killer prediction that will fool everybody. But, yeah, the big but is it's not very good. But first of all, let's give everyone a frame of reference.
Is what it says.
Let's do a full performance of the trick that's not faked, because the trailer, honestly, is faked in so many different ways. If ever there was a contender for an honest trailer, it's this trick. And seriously, by the way, Jota, if you're going to fake your trailer and you're going to have a spectator, you're going to do the trick on the spectator, try and pick one that can act, because honestly, it was embarrassing. But anyway, let's have a look at a full performance of it that's actually truthful, and then we'll talk about what we think of the trick. Okay, so I've got a deck of cards. I'm going to do this on your mum. Is that all right, right? Yeah. So you can obviously see what's going on from behind. I've got a deck of cards here, Sarah, and I want you to see inside here, underneath the cellophane. Can you see this? I've put a little piece of card there.
Yeah, I can see
I've
that.
made a prediction on the other side, so I'm going to leave that right there. We're going to get back to it in a minute.
Okay.
But hopefully it's going to predict exactly what you're going to do. Now, there's 52 cards in the deck, if you don't count the jokers, and I don't want you to count the jokers. 52 cards in the deck. What I would like you to do, when I snap my fingers, I'd like you to name any one of the 52 cards. Anyone that you want to. A lot of people go for like the Queen of Hearts and stuff like that, and I don't want you saying later on everybody picks the same card. So if you can go for one that's not like a Queen of Hearts or something, that's fine, but I'm not stopping you. If you want to name the Queen of Hearts, that's cool. I'm going to snap my fingers, name that card right now.
I'm going to go for an ace.
Okay. Which one? There's a few of them.
Is it too predictable to go for the ace of spades?
Probably, yeah, because that's like the next psychologically most popular card to go for. So you can do if you want to, though.
Yeah, I'll go for the ace of spades.
Now, do you want to change your mind? You can change your mind if you want to.
No, I like the ace of spades.
You want the ace of spades? Because I want you to understand, I didn't make you pick the ace of spades, did I? You had a completely free choice, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Because do you remember I said that I'd made a prediction on this card? That's here.
The one you put in the thing, yeah.
The one that I put in the cellophane. And you could have named any card, and you named the ace of spades. The interesting point is, and hopefully you can see that, I actually predicted the ace of spades.
How did you do that?
Right, that's not bad, right? And I tell you what, just so you can remember this amazing moment that we've shared together, I'm going to put my, and I'll sign it up there. I'm going to put the date on there. I'm going to sign it.
Weird.
And you can keep that as a souvenir, as a memento of this wonderful experience we've shared. Okay, so that's the trick. That's the performance of the trick.
Now, you know it says that swear word card.
Yeah.
It should be that swear word card trick at the bottom.
Oh, why? Because that's what you think about it.
Yes.
Right, okay. He said to me in the break, he's like, I'm going to do something with this card box when we come back on. I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, well, leave it. No, I'm not telling you. Ryan doesn't like this trick. I don't like this trick.
What I'm actually going to do later is I'm going to paint it. I'm going to paint it all black and then, well, leave that swear word card, but put trick at the bottom.
Okay, fair enough.
That's what I'm going to do.
Very creative. Let's talk about, we're dissing this trick a little bit. And some people might have watched the performance and gone, ain't too bad. And here's the thing. The idea behind this is actually really clever. So it's a really clever idea of having this gimmick. So you get a gimmick that you insert into the cellophane of any card box.
And it's very, very fiddly.
It is very, very fiddly. So first of all, you insert it into the cellophane of any card box. You get with it 10 cards, and then you're going to have to make more. You can use your own business card if you want to, and you get a little template so you can make the speech bubble correct every single time. So, you know, it's practical from that point of view. And Jota goes through a bunch of different ideas. For example, he talks about how you can have an invisible deck inside the card box, which is very clever thinking. The download is really good. He goes through things very clearly. And he has a version that you can do sort of if you're not used to using the gimmick, where you basically force them into picking a picture card, and so that means that what you have to do on the card box isn't as bad as if they name any card. So everything's thorough and everything's good from that point of view. Let me explain a few reasons why we don't like it. And you said the first one, it's very fiddly. It is very, very fiddly. What you need to do in order to get the prediction to be correct, first of all, it's very stiff. Now, a few people have talked about this on the Magic Cafe. I went on the Magic Cafe after trying it a few times because I was finding it was really stiff and I was having a really hard time doing what they said in the instructions. And I was like, well, let's see what they say on the Magic Cafe. So I looked at the thread and everybody was moaning about it. Now, you know, the Magic Cafe do tend to moan about things from time to time. But I think in this case, definitely, they're absolutely correct because it is very, very stiff. And I think there's a few different reasons for that. And one of the reasons is because of the what they've made the gimmick out of. You know, if it had been made out of a different type of material, it might have been easier to use. But they haven't used that material, which means that it's quite fiddly. And depending on the card that they name, it can take you forever because you've got two different things that you need to think about. One for the suit and one for the number. And the problem with it is, without trying to give too much away, they're very close to each other. So a lot of the time, if somebody names an ace, for example, what's going to happen is you're going to be moving the suits at the same time. And so you've got the ace, and now you need to get the suits back into position, and it becomes a little bit of a nightmare, to be perfectly honest. Now, that could be down to practice. I've spent about a week practicing this now, and I'm still finding it very hit and miss. To be honest, I'm finding it very, very hit and miss, and that's the first issue. It's fiddly, and it's a little bit impractical. And it's very, very stiff. Now, the next problem is, because the material that they've used for the gimmick, I can see this falling apart very quickly. As you're using it, I can see it yellowing, and I can see it like becoming discoloured, which is going to make the whole illusion not really work. And that's the other problem that you're going to have. So that's the second problem. Now, the third problem is the routining behind this is just kind of a little bit rubbish. And what I mean by that is you've got this card case and you put the business card inside the cellophane of the card case, which is a bit weird because if you're going to make a prediction, why are you putting it in the cellophane of the card case right next to you anyway? There's no justification for that. It's like, I have a prediction, I'm going to put it in my card case for no reason whatsoever. Kind of, there's no justification there. But even if we look past that, there's no justification. You then have them name a card. Once they name a card, you're holding the deck here. Now you're having to do all of the work, and you're going to have to operate the gimmick and do all of this stuff at this point. So they've just named a card. So now all the focus is on you. You've said, hey, name a card. They name a card. So now you have to kind of blag it and go, okay, well, are you sure you want that card? Would you like to change your mind? Would you like to go for a different card? Are you happy with that card? You have to say something. And all the while, they're staring at you. You have to do the move at this point. And from a routining point of view, it's not very good. If I was going to do this, and to be clear, I'm not going to do this, but if I was going to do this, I'd probably use a peak wallet. And I'd say, think of any playing card, write it down on this business card. I've got 2 business cards inside this Peak wallet, okay? That's it. I'd say I've got 2 business cards inside this Peak wallet. I've got a deck of cards. You're going to pick a card in a minute. Let me write the prediction down on one of them. I'll put it inside the card case in the cellophane just to isolate it for a minute. I've got another one. Can you write the name of a card down on there? Great. We're going to put it in the wallet. We'll put the wallet over there. Can you put your hand on it? Brilliant. Now think about this. Before you wrote the card on there, I actually put a card in here, didn't I? Now, could I have seen the card? Now I'm focusing over here. Could I have seen that card at all? No, there's no way I could have seen that card, could I? Because it's been inside this wallet. Now I've done the move, but they're not aware that I know the playing card. So now the move is being done with no heat at all on the card box or the business card. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But he didn't include anything like that. From a routining point of view, that would have made more sense. Because as soon as they name the card, they know that you know what the card is, so the focus is going to be on you. If it's away inside, and having, you could show the card box and say, I've got a pack of cards, I've also got 2 business cards, and then you can put the business card inside there. And you've got a reason to put that in there for a minute while you take the other one out and put it inside there. So, but as I say, that wasn't explained. And it's not my job to fix Jota's trick. It's his job to actually make sure it's fit for purpose, which this isn't. So the routining behind this is ridiculous. If you were going to do it that way, I'd much rather use a thumb writer. I know the trailer proudly says no thumb writers included, but there's no problem with a thumb writer or a boom writer, especially how good they are these days. Super Sharpie has been in my act for years, a mini Super Sharpie. Just have a Super Sharpie on your keychain and you go, right, okay, I've got a business card here, name a card, 4 diamonds, look at that, boom, amazing. So I'm sorry, you can achieve the same thing with a variety of different methods without needing to have a gimmick card box. The other problem is the card box is not examinable, which I think is an issue. I don't know what you think. I know I'm blabbering on a bit here because I'm kind of annoyed with this. But I think it's an issue that the card box can't be examined. What do you reckon?
Yeah.
Because you've put the card in there. You're obviously seeing you fiddling around for no reason. And then you take the card out. And then you show the prediction. And then, but at the end, when you're giving them the card, you can't have the card box examined. Now, you can take the cards out. The cards inside are okay. So I suppose you can take the cards out and put this away. But I still don't like the fact that the card box can't be examined when everything seems to be focused on the card box in the routine that Jota's offering. I'm trying to think. The other problem is that I didn't like about it is I think it's quite transparent that you're taking the card out and then writing a date on it and writing a signature on it. Now, obviously, that is a ruse that has been done many, many, many times before. Bolarama by Kevin James or used a sort of a similar sort of thing, and so does, Rising Cards and Martin Lewis's thing and that sort of thing. I get it, but I just think it's kind of obvious. You've shown the prediction. Why didn't you date it beforehand? You've made the prediction. Why didn't you date it beforehand? I think he needs either you don't give the prediction away and you just say, look, I've got it. How good is that? And you leave it in the card box. Or you come up with a better way of actually getting yourself into a position where you can replicate that. And the other thing is, if it's a diamond or a heart, that's not a problem. Because you can draw a diamond and a heart very, very easily, so it looks like the one that you just shown. You got a spade or a club, that becomes a nightmare to replicate a spade.
That looks like a perfect spade, but the one that you actually gave Mummy just
didn't. It looked terrible, didn't it? That's, as I say, there's a lot that's wrong with this trick, and there's a lot of other ways that you can do it that are a lot better. I think this is substandard, and I think this is a perfect example of quality control going down the toilet. I think Jota had an idea for a trick, and it is a decent idea, don't get me wrong. I think it's a decent idea, and I think if a version 2 came out, you might be onto a winner. But there's some problems that are inherent with this, and the main problem is it's not fit for purpose. The gimmick does not work as advertised 100% of the time. Even if I'm just getting on my high horse about the routining and that's not an issue, even if I'm getting on my high horse about the fact that there's other methods to achieve the same thing, hello, the invisible deck called, just have an invisible deck, name a card, 6 of diamonds, boom, move on. Even if all of that was just me being an arse, you've still got the fact that this trick is not fit for purpose. It works probably 1 in 4 times. It's very, very fiddly to do. and I think it's going to break and wear out very, very quickly, and it's not a cheap trick. For that reason, I'm giving this 15%. I just don't think you should buy it. I think that Jota's normally quite creative, and I think this time he's been creative, but I don't think he's seen it through to the finish line, and I don't think the quality control is there, and it's quite a substandard trick. 15% from me. What about you?
5.
5%?
Yeah.
You're offended? I'm so sorry I didn't let you talk that much. Next one, I'll let you do all the talking. How's that sound? 15% from me, 5% from him. So next up, we've got this download that I talked about earlier in the intro, which in my opinion, it's one of the latest tricks to come out through the vaults.
I love this.
It's one of the best downloads I've ever seen. It's the best money, not second best. I use Eric Tate's out of this zip code, is it? Out of the zip code, I use this all of the time, like every gig. But this is something that I'm going to do. Oh my gosh, it's so good. It's a great impromptu trick. That you could do impromptu if you borrow some coins.
Yeah, these are actually normal coins. We borrowed these off Mummy. These are normal, and it actually fooled her.
It fooled her. You did it twice, and it fooled her twice. And just to be clear, although Sarah's not a magician, she's been around magic for probably 15 years. She knows
every trick I do.
She knows every trick. She knows every
Nothing
illusion.
fools
She
her.
knows every sleight. She's very knowledgeable, even though not being a magician. She didn't have a clue. She didn't have a clue. We did it twice in a row for her, didn't we? And it just completely blew her away. I'm gonna get Ryland to perform this for you. Both me and Ryland want to carry the 10 coins around with us so that we can do it all the time. We're gonna get a little purse. We're gonna get 10 £1 coins each, and we're gonna carry them around everywhere. I think this is one of the best tricks that's ever come out.
Yeah.
I love this. I can't say enough good things about this. Let's get a performance going. Here, Ryland's going to perform the whole thing.
I'm going to show you something unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
You've set the bar quite high now, Ryan. I want to see unbelievable
It's a
and
bit of a
nothing.
big statement there, a big bold statement.
Unbelievable. Go on. I'm ready for unbelievable.
I've got some pound coins. I've got £10 coins here.
Okay.
Now, I'm going to drop them in your hands, and what I want you to do is I want you to mix them up and drop them on the table.
Mix them up and drop them on the table.
Yeah.
I am mixing. I'm mixing. Oh, one escaped. There we
Don't
go.
use my pound coins.
Yeah, they are Mummy's pound coins.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, so give them a little smudge.
Give them a smush. Is that the technical term?
smush.
Okay. I've smushed them. There you go.
You smush them all up.
Yep.
Okay? Now, I'm going to look away, and what I want you to do is I want you to pile 5 coins up, any 5, pretend there's 5 there, and put the mug over it, just like that.
Okay. Any 5.
Yes. And they have to be piled.
Okay. No, that's fine. You look away. Cheat. Right. Here we go. Any 5.
Yes, any 5.
Yeah, I'm happy with that. Hang on. Okay, done.
Okay, there. You can turn around. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I want you to mix them up.
Same way as before.
Yeah.
What, these 5?
Yeah.
There we go.
Okay.
Yeah.
You see these? You've got 2 heads and
Yeah.
3 tails.
2 heads, 3 tails, yes.
2 heads, 3 tails. Yeah. Now you know under the cup,
Yes.
you could have picked anyone. You got 1 tail, 2 tail, 3 tail, 1 head, 2 heads.
I love that. So incredible. I love that trick so much. I love that so much. I think that's such a brilliant trick. Awesome. Mate, it's killer. It's just killer. Let me ask you some questions because you've just performed it. First of all, how easy is it?
It's pretty easy.
There's no sleight of hand in it, is there?
No.
But there's some stuff you need to remember.
You don't need to like palm or anything like that. You
No,
don't,
there's no
you don't
palming.
need to like palm.
There's no palming, there's no sleight of hand. But there is some stuff to remember, isn't there?
Yes, like if you ended up like this.
No, I don't need to give anything away at all.
If you ended
Nothing
up like
at all.
that, you would have to do something that you've got to remember to do.
Yeah, what he's trying to say is there's an element of jazzing with this trick. So in other words, depending on what the outcome is once they've shaken the coins,
Sometimes
you
it's
do
already
some.
done. Sometimes you can
Don't-
do
don't give away too
something,
much, please.
Sometimes you can do another thing.
Yeah, there's certain actions that you
And
do.
there's 3 different things that you might need to do.
3 different things that you might need to do, and the actions change depending on what happens. but all of the outcomes are as clean as each other, aren't they? I mean, it's like what you just saw. You know, like sometimes you see a, sometimes you see a trick and it's like, well, that's the best possible option. With this, I mean, we genuinely just recorded it and we just filmed it. Your mum had never seen it. That was the first time she saw it.
We did it first take as well.
Yeah. It genuinely looks like that every single time. There might be a slightly different procedure to it, depending on what happens, but it looks like that every single time. And in fact, there's one outcome that's better than that. I think that the first outcome where you go, look, I'll tell you later. I think that's even better. But yeah, it's a 20-minute, 25-minute download. You were doing this after about half an hour, weren't you? It took you a couple of times to get used to what you needed to know and what you needed to do.
I did it every time.
And once you know it, you'll never forget it.
Yeah.
Like the nice thing about this is it's killer impromptu trick. Now you have to use coins that are all the same domination, don't you? You can't use like 4 50 pences, 3 2 pences and £2 coins. Realistically, that would give the game away a little bit. Technically you could, but I think it's better if they're all the same currency, all the same coin.
Look, we had like a little box that Mum is using for adding the money that we can use £10 to buy from.
Now I think this would be a great trick to be a lead-in to the old trick that you see that uses a double-sided coin with the same date on each side. So if you don't know it, you probably don't know this. There's a trick where you have a double-sided coin, so it might have a head on both sides, and it might have the same date on each side. And so what you do is you write down a prediction. You write down a year, and you give that to someone to hold, and you show the 10 coins, and you make sure that you switch one of them out for the double-headed coin. And what you do is you say, shake them, drop them on the table, get rid of all of the tails. So they get rid of all the tails, and you keep going until you've got one head left. And because it's the double-headed coin, they always end up with that one. And you go read the date on there, and it says the date, and you go, they're all different dates, aren't they? And then you've predicted the date on the coin that they end up with. I think that this trick would be a great lead into that trick, because you could do this trick and then use the offbeat to switch one of these coins out for a double header, and then you're into a situation where you can do the next trick, and you could just keep everything in a purse, and you've got a lovely 2-phase routine.
Or you could do one of those bets that we used to do on NSK TV when you've got that like triangle thing.
Oh yeah, you'd have enough coins to do that. I don't remember that anymore, do you?
No, I don't know how to do it. But you've got these...
10 are the perfect amount, aren't they?
10 is the perfect amount.
And it's like, you've got to turn the triangle over with 3 moves, haven't you?
Yeah, I forgot to do it, but...
No, that's not it.
Yeah,
yeah, we'll have to relearn that.
Yeah.
But yeah, you could go into anything like that. I love this. I'm giving this 120%. I think this is absolutely killer. And if you want a really good impromptu trick that you can do anytime, anywhere, that requires no sleight of hand and is a really fun trick to perform and transitions really nicely between different routines, this is one to go for. What are you giving it?
I'm giving this 190%.
119%.
I love this.
119% for the Kid Magician, 120% from me. It's killer. Let's move on to the next trick. Okay, so trick number 3 that we have this week is the Intuitive Card Prediction by Asta. It's a new trick by Asta. No Equivoke, no Force, no Stooge, no pre-show. Only one deck, only one prediction. This is... Asta, do you know who that is? You know that trick that you absolutely hated? That had that like round thing with symbols around the outside, and you had to move it and count.
Oh.
And it broke doing it on Matt and Liz.
Yeah.
That's Asta. So he didn't have a very good start with Magic TV, to be honest. That was the first trick we reviewed of his.
Yeah, we didn't like that.
And I'll be honest, we didn't like this when we first saw the tutorial.
When we did it on Mummy, it actually fooled her.
And not only did it fool her, she was like, "That's really good."
Yeah, she liked it.
Now, I've got one issue with it, and I still kind of have an issue.
Sometimes it changes. Like, if you hate something that you don't actually think it's good, when you do it in a live show, this is why we do a review show revisited, because if someone actually thinks it's good,
yeah,
then we change our mind and we might actually use it.
Yeah. And you know what? I've kind of changed my mind on this. I'm going to take it out in the real world. I've got one issue with it that I thought made it a bit ropey, But I don't think that's an issue. Now, what we have here is we basically have a prediction of a playing card. So in that respect, it's a little bit like the Jota trick, the no effing card. Or no effing card, that effing card, or whatever it is.
Yeah.
It's a little bit like that in that you're predicting a card that's freely named. But in this case, it's actually it's more amazing, I think.
Yes.
Let me do a performance of it first of all, and I'll show it you, and you guys make your own mind up. I'm going to do a full performance of the intuitive card prediction. Okay, so I'm going to do another trick for your mum right now, and it is another card trick. I have a deck of cards here. Now, there is another prediction inside my pocket. You can feel that, right, can't you? You can feel that there's one card in there. Yeah?
Yeah.
We'll get back to that in a little bit, but there is one card there. And as well as that, we're going to use this pack of playing cards. Now, Sarah, there are 52 cards in the deck of cards, as you can see. And these cards are all here, and they're all different.
Yeah.
Sarah, I'm going to have you name a card. You can name any card you want to. I'm completely indifferent to the choice you're about to make. Whichever card you name, we're going to take out the deck and put it over there. Which one would you like?
Any at all.
Any one of them.
Any.
Genuinely any card.
Let's go for, totally random. Let's go for like 8 of clubs.
The 8 of clubs. Now, do you want to change your mind, or are you okay with the 8 of clubs?
I don't think that's a very popular card.
Okay, so if we go to the 8 of clubs, which is here, I'm going to put that right there. Is that fair, Ryland?
Yes.
That's fair, isn't it? Now, I'm just going to pop the rest of the cards away. Now, is there a particular reason, Sarah, that you named the 8 of clubs? Was there a reason you named that card over any of the others?
No.
And you could have named any card, couldn't you? You couldn't have named any card at all, but you named the 8 of clubs. And do you remember that I said I left a card up here, a prediction, yes? Let me show you what the prediction was the entire time. The prediction from the very beginning was the 8 of clubs, which matches your card exactly. So that's the intuitive card prediction. And the tutorial's good. It's Asta spending about 20 minutes. You don't like Asta's tutorials, do you? It's like, he's so boring. You say, Asta's boring. But you know, it's of course English isn't his first language, so we can't blame him for that. He's made an effort to actually do the explanation, despite English not being his first language. What you just saw there is very, very transparent as to what the trick is. Now, I'll tell you what the issue was I had with it. The issue I had with it, get me the deck that's used for this trick. The issue I had with it is that you have a prediction in your pocket from the beginning. And maybe it's because of how Asta kind of went through it. But in the tutorial, he puts the prediction into his jeans pocket or into his trouser pocket. And he says to the spectator, he says, reach into my pocket and feel that there's one card. I'm like, I was just like immediately there, right? Okay, yeah, let's just reach into your pocket. Hello, COVID. But, you know, because there is a prediction in your pocket from the very beginning, but you can't really show the prediction from the very beginning. That's the problem. And that was the first issue with it. The second issue, thank you. So this prediction, not this one, but there's a prediction in your pocket. There's a blank card, double blank card that goes with it as well. So there's a prediction in your pocket from the very beginning. Thank you very much. So this is the prediction, which you can't really show. You might be able to work out a way of routining it to show it. My issue was, when you do the trick, you have to put the deck away in the same pocket that the prediction is. And then you cleanly reach in and say, but look, there's one card, this is the prediction. Well, you saw the performance. And I thought it was a bit weird that you're putting the deck away in the same prediction as in the same pocket as the prediction. Now, your mum saw that, and that completely flew over her head, didn't she? I mean, she didn't have any idea how it worked.
She didn't care that it was going in the same pocket.
So maybe that's not an issue. Now, in all fairness to Asta, there is a version on the... He's been very thorough about this trick. There's 3 different ways of setting up the deck, and there's 4 different ways of performing it. If you're interested and you get this and you like it, I used method 2. So I used the second method out of the 4 of them. That was the one that I thought was the best. However, there is a way of performing it where you don't actually put the deck away in your pocket. But in order to do that, you are going to have to palm a card. Because what he does, you get the idea. He's going to do that, and he's going to palm the card, which is a really nice way of doing it. But to be honest, I don't even think it's needed. I'm going to perform this in the real world because I want to see if I'm right or not. But if I'm right, having now tried it on your mom, I don't think it'll be a problem. Just putting that away in your pocket, talking for a few seconds, time misdirection. By the way, do you remember that there's a prediction in here from the very beginning? You take it out and you show the prediction. Now, once you've shown the prediction, it's an instant reset. There's no table required, and it's an instant reset, which is all really good. And it's a free choice of any one of the 52 playing cards. The negative is nothing can be examined. The card box can't be examined. The cards can't be examined. And when you're in this position here and you're showing there, I think your mum named, what's your mum name? 8 of clubs.
Yes.
And you're holding the 8 of clubs there and you're holding your prediction there. They can't be examined. Like literally nothing can be examined. You put those away in the box and you're instantly reset, ready to go again. But nothing can be examined. Now, maybe that won't be an issue. I don't think it will be, to be honest. But it's worth noting. The fact is, the rest of the deck is away inside the pocket. So it would be very easy if you use the jacket pocket that you put the deck into, and you're not using the top pocket like me, you're using a jacket pocket. It'd be very easy to bring out a different deck and do a deck switch.
You could actually put it in a different pocket, but you'd have to palm it. Like, you'd have to go.
Oh, that's clever. So what you're saying is, as you put it away into your pocket, you palm the prediction.
Yeah.
And then you reach into the other pocket. Hey, that's a clever idea. You know what you could do if you did that? That's really clever thinking. You know what you could do? You could have a card to wallet in your pocket. And you could say, I've got a prediction inside this wallet. I'll put it back there. You put the deck away in your pocket. You palm the prediction. And you say, do you remember this wallet? Oh, that makes it even better. Because now the palm isn't being done out here in the open. It's being done as you put the deck away, so there's no heat on it. And you're going into the, oh, dude. Clever idea. That's amazing. I love that. That makes it even better. I'm now definitely going to do this. I'm going to give it 85%. I love this. I think it's brilliant. I did hate it. Now I love it. I did hate it. Then I liked it. And now you came in with your boss of an idea. And now I love it. I love that. Because I didn't like the palm thing because it was up here. But putting it in your pocket and just doing the palm out the way. And if you put it in your back pocket, you've got all the time in the world to palm. Because no one's looking. You just do that, straight into the card in wallet. That's brilliant. You've still got the problem that it's not examinable, but I don't think that's an issue. I think if you're doing it, especially...
Because they want to look...
well, if they're looking, they're over there. It's like, especially if
they
you're
might want
doing...
to look at the wallet, though. That's the thing they're probably
Well, yeah, they could look at the wallet. It's just a card's wallet. Yeah. But it's... yeah, I love that. I don't think they would want to examine that because... You know, you're up here. I think that's absolutely fine. No, that's good. That's great. 85% for me. What are you giving it?
90. Also, you could use a Himba wallet and show there's a card in there, and when you actually you can open it the other side and quickly put the card in while you're taking it out, and then you can show you say take this card out. They take it out there on their own, and they see.
Yeah, but you need a way to load the card into the Himba wallet. I like your thinking.
You do it while you're in here.
Right. How about using Orphic wallet? How about using an Orphic wallet? How about you don't even need to palm a card then? You have your Orphic wallet and you say that inside the Orphic wallet, inside there, you've got a prediction. You'll get back to that a little bit later on. You then have them name a card and you take a double and you say, you sure you want that card? I'll stick it here in the credit card slot of my wallet. We'll get back to that a little bit later on. Are you sure you want that card? That's the card you want. Is that a free choice? It is. And then you just leave it in there. You just take the 8 of hearts out and then you open up the Orphic wallet and inside there, boom, is the prediction written there inside the ID compartment. Double boom. We need to work on that. Right. Let's move on. They're bored. 85% from me. No, 85% from me. What were you doing it? 90% from Ryland, 85% from me. Really good trick. Let's move on. Right, next up we have Coinception by Roddy McGee. Every time we do a Roddy McGee trick, we have to do this. Roddy McGee, God of Magic. Right, okay. Roddy McGee, we have Coinception. I'm a huge Roddy. Oh, you put it back in the thing. Good job I didn't show it. This is the craziest looking gimmick.
I keep my stuff safe.
I know you're a good boy. This is the craziest looking get. Notice we've only got one of these. Notice who's claimed this trick immediately. Won't let me even go anywhere near it. He's like, it's a Roddy McGee trick. It will be mine. And he won't let me touch it. So there you go. So this is great though because you can get them in 10p's and you can get them in quarters, and you can just put that in your pocket. I haven't got one. I'm going to go buy one because you nicked it. But what's nice about this is you just put it. You get a gimmick. It's the craziest gimmick I've ever seen. But you put that gimmick inside.
You're like, what the?
Yeah, you put the gimmick inside your pocket,
What's this?
and you can do it anytime, anywhere, can't you?
Yeah, but
Like
once you've actually looked at it, it's
it's
really
such a win.
clever.
So what it is basically is it's typical Roddy McGee out the box, totally bonkers thinking of making a coin appear
Now,
bit by bit.
Now, Roddy said on the thing, do you ever wonder how magicians take it out your ear? Like, have you ever took a coin out your... Have a magician ever took a coin out your ear? Well, his presentation is you grab bits while you're talking, and then once you finish, you grab it, then you show it. But I've done it, do you know how to make it pull out of midair? And then I'm saying you put it together like that, and then you get the final piece, and then you go...
Yeah, exactly.
But you're actually grabbing these little pieces. And then you say, let me grab this piece. But you're actually grabbing the final piece, but they think, when you're actually doing it on the stage, they're probably thinking, like, I don't know how to explain it properly.
I know what you're trying to say. It looks crazy. It looks like you're just taking pieces of a coin, bit by bit by bit, and forming a coin. Let's look at Ryland performing it, because you've spent a long time practicing this, haven't you? So let's watch Ryland perform this, and then we'll talk about what we think.
Have you ever wondered how magicians make coins appear from midair? What they do is they grab invisible pieces and they start to put it together like that. And then they still carry on grabbing pieces, they're still talking. They grab the pieces, they're talking, and they put that piece on. And then they'll grab the last piece, the final piece, and put it on so it doesn't fall off. They put it on just like that.
Okay, so that was a performance. It was a really good performance, right? I got to say, really, really good performance. And you saw basically what we have here. So we have a piece by piece reformation of a coin. You take a piece, you take another piece, you put it together, you take a third piece, and you take a fourth piece, and you hand it out. Talk about killer. I mean, talk about super killer.
Now, some people are probably going to think you've got two pieces. You've got half, and you've also got another piece. It's like 3/4.
You haven't, have you?
But you haven't.
No. The gimmick is incredible, isn't it?
And it's not one of those folder things either.
It's not a folding coin, no. It's incredible. The gimmick is incredible. Roddy's actually got a second routine that he does on the tutorial where he borrows a 10p and he starts biting the coin piece by piece. So it's like, can I borrow that 10p? Let me just bite it. Now he's got 3/4. And now he bites another part of it and he goes... and ends up eating the whole coin. It's like, thanks for that, I was hungry. And you can use the gimmick to do it that way as well, which is really funny. So you can do it either way. Yes, you can do it. Yes, Ryland's found his new favourite way of doing it. So you can do it either way. That's kind of like a bonus handling at the end.
The packaging's very nice as well.
As you would expect with Penguin.
Yeah. It's got a little pound stick up there, but I took it off.
Okay.
There was a little pound. This is what it's like inside. That's where your gimmick would go.
Are you hiding the tutorial link?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm hiding the tutorial link. Well, you probably wouldn't be able to get the gimmick, so...
Yeah.
But I'm still not showing you it. And it's got the little P3 thing on the back.
I found out the other day, I can't remember who told me, it was a message. I found out this is not P3.
What?
It's not P3. It stands for Penguin Magic. And it's an M on its side as a 3. Mind blown. You'll never unsee that. What? I know, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I can't remember who told me.
Also, ED. Was it ED?
Anyway, it's a great trick. It's really awesome. Let's just quickly talk meat and bones about this. How difficult is it?
It's not that difficult. You've just got to do like when you're doing this.
Don't show the
you've
gimmick.
got to do like a little.
Yeah, there's some moves to do.
When you like this, you've got to do like a little thing.
Yeah.
And then you're ready to do. It's not one of those folding coins. Like it won't fold back.
There's a little bit of skill involved in it. You have to have some knowledge of coin magic, don't you? Roddy goes through everything in the tutorial really, really well, and he breaks everything down to the nth degree. But you are going to need to obviously do some palming. You are going to need to do some coin switching at some point. But Roddy goes through various different options and he talks about how to do it. I would say difficulty rating for this is about a 6 out of 10. Would you agree?
Yeah.
It's not a hard trick at all to do. It's actually very easy.
And I think it's that good. I'm giving this 100%.
You're giving it 100%. I'm giving it 100% as well. It's another amazing Roddy McGee trick. Which one do you prefer, this or Puzzled? I think you prefer this.
I think both, actually.
Both. Both. Well, there you go. I love this. It's 100% from me. It's 100% from Ryland. Absolutely check it out. You can get it in quarters. You can get it in 10 pences. I love the idea of making this part of your everyday carry. I love the idea of just having this in your pocket and, hey, you want to see a trick? Yeah, would you like to make a coin appear? Yeah, okay, watch. And just then give the coin out. I think it would be a great one to do. I don't know if I'd use it in an actual gig, just because I use half dollars and Morgan dollars, so 10p wouldn't really work.
I do.
But for impromptu, I think this would be great. And if you were doing this for kids, I think kids would love this.
Oh, especially one where you eat it.
Yeah, kids would absolutely love this. So yeah.
Kids would go crazy when you just tell them, don't go home and get a 10p and go in.
No. So 100% from me, 100% from him. It's really good. Let's look at the final review. Okay, so the final review we have by Toomey Magic, Invisible Trip by Brick White. Okay, and this is basically advertised as a mystery box type routine where a playing card is disappearing and appearing in a lighter. Now you can get this in a variety of different colours. You can get it in brown, you can get it in black, and you can get it in red. The red ones are more expensive. And when you're talking about card to lighter, you have to bring up The Light by Chris Congreve, which is
got the
brown. Yeah, brown. Put it over there for a minute. You have to bring up The Light by Chris Congreve. Now, The Light is one of the best card to impossible locations ever seen. It got marketed many years ago by Full 52. It's not available anymore, but The Light was incredible, and it actually went into a lighter. You opened it up and they took it out and it actually went into a lighter. The difference with this is it's not really so much a card to impossible location, it's more a transposition between the lighter inside the case and a playing card. Now, they suggest using this in conjunction with an ambitious card or a card under box, because in order to do this, you have to load a lighter into a card box. Now, you can do that from the beginning and just have the lighter inside the card box, or you can do it under misdirection as part of a longer routine, which is what they suggest doing on the download, and which what I'm going to show you in a second. I'm going to perform it. I'm going to do the first couple of phases of my card under box routine, and then I'm going to go into this. So let me just show you this first of all. I'm going to perform it again later on using a different technique that I think would be better. But let me first of all just perform the classic.
It's still
handling
good.
for
He's
you.
just got another way of doing it.
Let me show you the way that you learn how to do it on the tutorial. Right, I'm going to show you something with a pack of cards and a lighter. Put the lighter over there. We'll get back to the lighter in a bit. The lighter is the big finish.
Okay.
So you've got to keep an eye on the lighter at all times. I want you to pick a card. Pick a number card, not a picture card, because that way you can write your name on it.
Okay.
You got it?
Yes.
And I'll give you a pen, and if you could sign your name on the face of the card in big letters, that would be amazing. Don't let me see it because I cheat for a living. That's my job. And tell me when you're done. Are you done? We good? Show the card to everyone, don't show it to me. Okay, good stuff. I'll take the card back. I really don't want to see it, but I'm going to pop it about halfway down. Is that fair?
Yeah.
About halfway. So here's the idea. I'm going to show you the difference between sleight of hand and real magic. Sleight of hand looks like this. If I take one card out of the pack, the Queen of Diamonds, that's not your card, no?
No, it's not signed.
Exactly, but if I take the Queen and wave it over the card box, like this, what actually happens is that Queen changes right there into the Ace of Diamonds with your name on it. That's not bad, right? And you destroyed another ace. Brilliant. Now that's not real magic. Real magic looks like this. Take half the cards for me. Very good. And spread them out like a magician. That's very good, like a bad magician, but that's okay.
No.
I'll put the, I'm joking. I'll put the card back about there. Just do me a favour, give them one shuffle if you can, please. Just one shuffle. And then put them right there on top of that packet. There you go, just there. Now this is real magic now, because you see if I do this, what happens is one card flies up in the air. It does 6 somersaults, I counted, and even though the box has been there the entire time, check this out, there's one card underneath the box, turn it over, it's your card. Now that's not bad, right? Here's what people think I do. People think that I take your card, right, put it down on the table, and then when everybody's not looking, I put the box on top. Be honest, is that what you thought I did? Because logically it's the only thing I could do, but you're right, I don't do that right. I put it down in the middle, and I riffle. And when I riffle, it goes up in the air. It does 6 somersaults, and check it out, right there underneath the box. Turn it over yourself, right? It's actually your card. How good is that?
It's a real card.
Yeah, it is. Now look, here's what we're going to do. We're going to try it one more time, but this time under test conditions. Because do you remember, before I even started this trick, I said we were going to do something amazing for the big finish with the lighter. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
And the lighter has been there the entire time, hasn't it? I've been nowhere near it. I haven't touched it. It's out my reach. Look. This time, instead of making the card go underneath the box, instead of making the card go inside the box, I'm going to do this. Actually, no, I will make the card go inside the box. No, I won't. I'll go one step further. I'll snap my fingers. And do you know what happens when I snap my fingers?
What?
You can hear something. If that was the card, would that be good?
Yeah.
Open it up, have a look. Tip it out. Because it's not the card, it's the lighter. It's the lighter that was here inside the lighter, which means that now inside there is a folded up card. And if I take that card out, you're not going to believe this, right? It's been here inside this case from the very beginning. Take it, open it up, have a look. It can't be. And yet, there it is, your signed card. And that's magic. So that was basically what the trick is. Now, let me explain. What you get in Invisible Trip is you get the lighter that you use to load into the card box in the previous routine, which could be used as a real working lighter if you put some lighter fuel in it. You also get the case.
It
now,
even says at the bottom, lift to fill, lift to fill.
Yeah,
lift to
exactly.
Fill.
Now, the lighter case is gimmicked so that it allows you to show that there's a card in there, take a palmed card out, hand it to the spectator, and immediately they can examine and look inside that lighter case and they won't see anything. It's very well gimmicked.
Because of the gimmick thing, you can't actually put this lighter
No,
in.
but the other thing that you get is you get a second case, which is up at the house.
Yes, so
you get a
it's
second case.
that
So what
actually
you
put
can
in.
get is you can get another lighter. So you can actually get another lighter, and the whole idea is that you actually have a real lighter that you're using through your app. So the way they suggest doing it, and I'm going to do this, I'm going to get another lighter and do this. So the way you suggest doing it is that you've got this real lighter that you've been using to do a couple of other routines. Maybe you're doing some flash paper. And then when you go into this, at some point you switch for this one. And when you switch for this one, you then go into this routine that I just showed you. And then when you go into this routine that I just showed you, you've got this lighter that appears, and then you've got the card in there. So you can actually show that there's a lighter in there from the beginning. Now, if you don't want to do that, you don't have to. I think just the idea of saying, I've got a Zippo lighter here, we'll get back to that in a minute, and then going straight into the routine, I don't think it loses anything. Now, I think the way I'm going to use this is a quick visual opener. Because the problem is, I don't really want to go through the whole thing of loading this into a card case. So I want to use it as a quick visual opener. So I'm going to show you right now how I plan on doing this. And I'm not going to use it as a card to impossible location. It's just going to be a transposition. So I'm going to have a card transposed with a lighter. Rather than me explain it for you, let me just perform it for you so you can see exactly where my mind's going with this. Okay, Ryland, I'm going to show you something amazing with a pack of cards and a lighter.
Okay.
This is the pack of cards. This is the lighter. This will always be the pack of cards. This will always be the lighter. The lighter goes over there. The pack of cards stays here. We'll get back to the lighter in a little minute. Okay?
Yes.
52 playing cards, 52 possibilities. They're all there. They are, of course, all different. And your job, my little friend, is to pick one of these cards. However, I want you to understand that this is a completely free choice. So I am going to spread it out like this. And you can have whichever one you want to. Which one would you like? The Ace of Spades. Wonderful. I open up a brand new deck of cards and you decide to ruin any 4-ace trick that I plan on performing with this deck in future. Thank you. Write your name on it for me. Nice big letters. Write your name on there. You happy with that? Yeah?
Yeah.
If you're happy, I'm happy. Good stuff. Good stuff. So, here's what we're going to do, right? You can put that in my top pocket. We're going to take this card and we're going to fold it in half.
Okay.
Like this.
Half again.
Yeah, so we're going to fold it in half like this. So it's in half that way, and then we're going to fold it in half again so it's in half this way. So in other words, we've put it into quarters or fourths, depending on which way you look at things. What would you say, Rye? Quarters or fourths?
Quarters.
Quarters. So I want to show you the trick with the card. Are you ready? It happens on 3. It's one of the quickest tricks in the world. 1, 2, 3. You see, when I rub, I can turn that card into the lighter.
Does it
the
work?
lighter, well, yeah, if it had fuel in it. See, the lighter was over there. And that means one thing. Yeah, I can hear it in there. Now, inside there is a playing card. One card inside there and one card only. And have a look at it, unfold it and check it out. That would be your signed card. So there you go. So that's how I plan on doing it. I like the idea of just taking out a Zippo lighter, taking out a pack of cards, doing that very quick transposition.
You can also do a little trick like you say you've got a card in here,
yeah,
and then you just make it disappear.
Well, you could do, yeah, but I've got another thing that you can do with this, and I'll explain that in a minute. When the card is set, by the way, this is set to use right now. When the card is set, you can throw this around. It can be in your pocket. You can throw it around. It's not going to unset the gimmick, which is quite nice. So it's set and it's ready to go anytime you want to, which is really good. So that when you come in and do this, you've now got your signed card, and then this is completely examinable. So that's the routine. Now,
completely examinable if they do something.
Yeah, but they won't. It's almost impossible to find.
You could even do it.
For people that like Switch 1, and I know that there's a lot of people like this because I've had comments on the channel. For people that like Christian Grace's Switch 1, but you've been unable to do the switch as cleanly as Christian, but you have basically the index that Christian provides with the trick, you could actually do this. You could actually have this, and you say this is a lighter case, but there's actually a playing card inside here. There's not a lighter. There's a playing card. I actually took the lighter out. This is the lighter right here, and the reason I took the lighter out is because there's a playing card in there. One card only. Now you can go into the whole Switch 1 presentation, and then when you take this out, you can give it them to open, and when they open it, it's the card that they named, and then this is completely examinable. So there's that option to go with it as well. It's quite versatile. I really like this. I think this is good. It's more than just normal card to box. I didn't think I was going to like this. The reason I didn't think I was going to like it is because I'm a big fan of The Light by Chris Congreve, and I thought it's not going to add anything. It has added something by going in a different direction. It has added something by having a transposition. So do I. I really like it. I'm going to definitely do this and play around with it. I'm going to do that intro thing and have it switch places.
I'm going to give this 85%.
I'm going to give this 95%. I think it's really good. The other thing, by the way, is there's about 10 minutes of arts and craft at the beginning to set it up. The light is already set up, but you just need to have to set up whether you use red cards or blue cards. No, it's not. It took a few seconds. But there's gimmicks for red back bikes and blue back bikes. So whether you use red or blue, you'll be able to set it up for whatever you prefer. So yeah, 95%. Yeah, you've got
to do a little bit of cutting.
A little bit of cutting. Yeah, just about 10 minutes of arts and craft and then you're done. But the actual gimmick is ready to go. So there you go. 95% from me, 85% from him. It's a really good download as well, by the way. Really good tutorial, very in-depth. Highly recommended.
And that's another review show in the bag. That's another review show in the bag. That's another review show in the bag.
Yeah, it's another review show in the bag. 5 tricks, 1 not so good, 4 very good. Let me know in the comments down below what your favourite trick is. Do you own any of them? Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Do you agree with him? Do you disagree with him? We would love to know. And also, please don't forget to follow Ryland on Instagram and YouTube.
Love this.
I know you love this. You love this. Those are his two favourites. He's a coin guy. I'm proud. Follow Ryland on Instagram. He puts videos up there all the time. Follow Ryland on YouTube. He puts stuff on YouTube all the time. Just search for Ryland the Kid Magician. You're on over 500 subs right now, buddy. It's exciting. You want to see more videos like this? Then all you got to do is like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment down below, and also don't forget Netrix is launching really soon. So if you want to see Netrix, just go to www.magictv.org. Fill in the form, click Netrix, and we'll let you know when it goes live. One more time, we'll see you again next Wednesday with another Craig and Ryland review show. I'll be back tomorrow with the magic stuff at 9 o'clock, a shorts at 2 o'clock, and at 6 o'clock a Magic Live. I'll see you again. You're practicing it again, aren't you?
Yeah.
I'll see you again soon. Thanks for watching. My name's Craig.
My name's Ryland.
We'll see you again. Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Come on, we can figure this out. Right, look.
Okay.
You got 4,
Okay,
you got
hang on,
3.
hang on. I think...
Come on, we did it. We did it. In lockdown. No, you're moving 2. You can't move 2. You can't move 2. You can't move 2. You can only move 1.
That one?
No, Muppet. It was definitely... Get off. Let me. I'm the man. You definitely moved that one there. I'm pretty sure of it. And then...
That one move there, maybe.
And that one moves there.
Yeah! We did it!
Boom.
Let's do it again. Let's do it again.